What it do, y'all? It's your boy Big J, host of the JJL Sports Talk. Um, I know y'all seen me on my new show. I got my boy Sean Marks. He's my co-host on that show. It's more of the Baltimore Raven. Oh, I know on here we talk about like the Ravens and the NFL and all the sports. But I veered off a little bit, did like my own show, as far as the Ravens show. So definitely go check that out. The Baltimore Beatdown with Big J on YouTube. That's the Raven centric podcast where we talk about Ravens all year round, all season long. But on here, definitely follow me if you haven't already. At JJL Sports Talk on YouTube. And I just want to say, I think if you're on Twitter, I cannot see your comments. So definitely you want to like and subscribe to the YouTube page. And definitely I can see your comments on there. Also on Facebook. Got my boy Kyle coming in. Always late, man. No, it's like I'm playing.
That's what I do. What's up?
What's going on, man? I was
Not much.
telling the people that I got a new I saw a Baltimore Ravens centric podcast. So I'm just talking about them covering them all year round, all season long, all season as well. So yeah, just definitely if you haven't already, just like and subscribe to the channel, the JJL Sports Talk. I know I haven't really been on this one. I just been busy with work, but yeah, man. I mean, I was off today, so I was like, yo, Kyle, I don't know if you're off, but let's hop on a podcast. I know there's a lot been going on, a lot
Yep.
that me and you haven't covered lately because with the whole Shohei Ohtani and now the NFL draft coming up, the NFL all season, NBA playoffs around the corner. So yeah, I mean, where do we start, man? Like, where do we start?
I mean, this your show, man. You drive the bus here. I'm just here to talk whatever you want to talk about.
Well, when I did text you, you did have a couple of good topics. Um, if you want to explain, I guess we'll talk with MLB first. I know opening day is
Yep.
tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah.
Because we need to talk about the NFL, NBA first, and then we don't want to talk about the MLB as much because usually with the free agency, there hasn't really been much going on. I know Juan Soto to the Yankees, Shohei signed with the Dodgers,
Hmm.
Yamamoto signed with the Dodgers, Blake Snell went to I think the Giants. I think I just showed in my Discord channel that Will Smith got a contract, 10-year contract, 140 million. So they got their catcher for a long term.
Yep.
But there really hasn't really Jordan. I think Jordan Montgomery went somewhere. Like, where did he go? Where did
He
he
went to the
go?
Diamondbacks, not
Diamondbacks.
the team that a lot of people expected,
Yeah,
but
I didn't. I thought he was gonna go back to the Yankees, to be honest, because we needed like another,
I
a
didn't think that
starter.
was going to happen. I thought he was going to end up. I mean, it seemed like all they were talking about were a team out west and maybe the Red Sox. Some like MLB insiders kept bringing up the Red Sox with Jordan Montgomery only because, you know, the Red Sox need pitching. He was the last kind of big name out there.
Mm.
It's look, the whole MLB offseason has been Scott Boras overplaying his hand and demanding too much, I guess, and then his client signing for way less than a lot of people expected.
Right, right. Um, so yeah, like if I mean, I'm a little confused about this whole Shohei Ohtani situation because some reports are saying that it came out that I mean, obviously we all know he's Japanese, so he really can't speak much really good English. And that's fine. Like you got a lot of different cultures in the MLB, like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Vladdy. You have
Mm-hmm.
Dominican born players and a couple of Chinese and Japanese players. So it's understandable that every international player might need a translator. So just walk me through like what your thought process is because you said that it's a little fishy. So
I mean, I mean, I guess fishy is the word to use only because there's so many details we don't know. You know, Shohei tried to do the statement where he read off the paper and everything like that. He had an interpreter there with him, a new interpreter, where he basically said that he didn't know about what was going on up until like a couple of days ago or something like that. Which, even if that's true, fine. It's just that I feel like the question now becomes: so if he didn't know about it, then the 4.5 million that was missing from his account, was he not alerted to that? And then if that's the case again, wouldn't he have raised some questions towards the interpreter? Like, what are you in? What's going on? Why all of a sudden is this money gone from my account? We'd have to know how many people have access to his account. We don't know that. Was it just the interpreter? Were there more people? So I think in Ohtani's mind, he kind of thought the statement was going to close the book on the story, when in fact, it just raises way too much. Because, like I said, I don't care that you signed for 700 million. If 4.5 million was missing from your account, you'd want to know where it is. I know it's like a drop in the bucket, but if somebody's ripping you off, you'd want to deal with that. Then the whole weird part with the interpreter being, he lies about the college he went to. He lies about working with the Red Sox before. Now there's questions about whether or not he actually worked with the Yankees. And I get it that he was Ohtani's friend from Japan that came over with him, and I assume that's why he became Ohtani's interpreter. But my question's been with MLB, why wouldn't you have looked into this guy's background? Now, obviously, it's because Ohtani's status in the league. They probably didn't want to like ruffle any feathers or anything like that and make it as comfortable for him as possible being an international player. But now we kind of see what that's led to. So is this something that other players might have gotten involved in? What if like other interpreters did this or something? Like, I don't know. It's just it's just weird. Plus the timing of it. Ohtani does this 2 days before opening day, although they've already had theirs. They were over in South Korea already and played their first couple of games of the season, but it kind of overshadows.
They're already like 1-0 already, right?
They played 2 games. I think they split with the Padres, so I think they're 1-1. But I mean, Mo's asking like 4 million in the hole. What do interpreters make? I think the interpreter was making like 300 grand a year.
300 grand. Yeah, I gotta look into that.
That's what I've heard. Which, hey, I don't know. It's just too much, because also now the question is going to be, okay, so he's gambling. He obviously hit a bit of a snag if he owed 4.5 million. Was baseball involved? I know the interpreter said he didn't bet on baseball, but that could just be him trying to save face. If it is investigated and find out that baseball was somehow involved in the gambling aspect of this, that just raises more questions to Ohtani. Like, did he place bets for you? Did you know he was placing bets and using your money? And it's like, it's the possibilities where this story can go now are limitless. Look, for all we know, Ohtani is just ignorant to the whole thing. Thought he was maybe just helping a friend out of a jam, and then later found out what that jam was, and now he's surprised. If that's what it is, that's probably the best case scenario for baseball. I just question whether or not it's that simple with Ohtani.
Yeah, because the initial reports came out like that the interpreter said, oh, he didn't, or maybe it was their like a lawyer or something like that. They're saying, oh, Ohtani didn't vet any money to him, and then it's like, then there was a report that's saying that Ohtani paid something. So there's so many different reports that came out. But then if Ohtani, I mean, I get it, Ohtani, there's all the lights are on him in LA. But if he didn't do anything, why would he have to do a press conference? That's why I'm kind of fish. Maybe to explain his side of it, that he didn't. But I mean, they're still going to investigate. I mean, so what if like like that saying when the shit hits the fan, and after
Mhm.
the investigation, I mean, and it comes out that there was some transactions between Shohei and the interpreter, then that puts a kind of a damper on Shohei. And I mean, a lot of fans, I mean, obviously they don't understand Japanese, like the language, and so he Otani could just be this what's that saying? The showing face, I guess, just for the media. But if God forbid, if like I guess they're still investigating, so we gonna learn some more information as far as like what's gonna come out. Like, so now are they gonna suspend Otani if he was involved? Are they gonna ban Otani? I mean, I probably don't think they're gonna do that, but there has been, Pete
Uh,
Rose argument.
if he gambled,
That's what I'm
they'd have
saying.
to
Like,
ban him.
and as sports guys, as podcasters, is it's kind of stupid for us to kind of like jump the gun because until the whole investigation happens, because we're not gonna say he
Yeah.
gambled when he didn't. So to be fair to Otani, we wait till the investigation comes out. But if he
Yeah, but
does, yeah, I
it's just
mean,
hypothetically, if the investigation links him in any way, whether it's him knowingly paying off the gambling debt, I mean that's got to be enough. And if Pete Rose was banned for gambling, you'd have to do the same thing. And the other part of it is, I believe sports gambling is not legal in California, so
that's
that'd be a
true.
whole other aspect of this story.
No, I definitely Mo's like there's people that I love who don't have access to my account. My bank contacts me anytime a large sum of money is sent. Yeah, that's I mean, I was Bank of America. They do the same thing. Like, hey, like when I was in Vegas, I put out a certain amount for some things, for some money, and Bank with America was like, whoa, like we're seeing X amount of dollars come out of your bank account to verify
Mm-hmm.
that that you want to take those out. So yeah, Mo, you're right, man. Um, my bank account, yeah, we're on from my account. I'm not sure who this is. You don't want the ball in the reporter's hand on doing a press conference. Get his own story out first. Yeah, but I mean, if the story comes to be, the opposite of what he's saying, then after the investigation, that's bad for Ohtani and the Dodgers. And I know they don't want all this limelight on them as they already do with, getting a. Now they have another Japanese pitcher, Yamamoto. I mean, so now they're gonna have to really watch, what kind of interpreter they bring in, because are they gonna have the next reporter or the next interpreter? Are they gonna hire the reporter or the interpreter for both players? They're gonna, and I don't know the whole like
I'm assuming the interpreter who was at the press conference is now the new interpreter,
he's like
and I
he's the
believe
same
he
guy.
worked. I think he worked for the Dodgers already. It was just that uh, I can't remember the guy's name, but the one who's in this with Otani, that was just his buddy from Japan that he brought over with him. Like the Dodgers already had an interpreter there. Otani didn't want to use him, and maybe that speaks to something else where I guess maybe Otani just likes things really comfortable. So he knew this guy and felt comfortable with him being his interpreter.
Yeah,
But the whole bank account thing is just wild to me. 4.5 million that you supposedly didn't know what it was for. Like you'd have to raise something about that. You're not just gonna let that go.
yeah. And now, like if like Mo said, I mean, for me, it's only me, myself, and I who knows the money I'm making and bringing in. Yeah, like you really have to either be my partner, like the girl have to be married to me to know my financial situation, or like God forbid my parents have to know, then they wouldn't know. But like that's close. That's a close circle. So like maybe the interpreter was kind of like in Otani's close circle to have, but yeah, that's gonna be something, man. If so, what do you think the outcome is gonna be? You think it's gonna be, suspension for
There's
a couple
no way
games,
nothing's
or
gonna happen. There's not a chance
they're gonna do
baseball's gonna let
they're gonna do everything
Otani.
to protect Otani?
Yeah, they're just gonna put on the interpreter. They'll just say like he was rogue or something,
What if he
and
did? But what if he did gamble? Like help him gamble?
hey man, I mean, what's the saying in the NFL circles? You better have a cousin to drop that on. So if it's just like S Otani on stuff, say hey, that's my cousin, and make up some name. I don't know because the amount of bad press baseball's had in recent seasons, they can't afford something like this. This is the biggest star in baseball. You know, a lot of people talk about Mike Trout, whatever. No, Otani is a much bigger star because Otani has the international market plus domestically, you know, here in the States. So if he goes down for something like this, imagine what ESPN, MLB Network will be saying. What other players are doing something like this? Does baseball have like a gambling issue? And for a sport that's kind of falling behind, you don't need that.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people think it's gonna be awkward for Tony to not be beside his interpreter, because that's who he's been with all this time. But now this is coming out in the news. It's gonna be, it's kind of Tony put it on himself. To be honest, like obviously, did he? I wonder if he like now you're saying there was reports that he didn't go to this certain college or whatever, like he said he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did Otani trust this dude? Like, I
Yeah,
know, I know, I know
they had
Otani
a
like.
relationship back in Japan, so he knew him from there.
They're
I
there,
think
but
that
like
he probably
I
just
was
picked
trying.
a college to make it look good on his resume. I don't know.
Man, I don't know. Tony's probably thinking, why? Like, why do I need all this distraction? I'm trying to, I came here to win baseball games. I don't need this added pressure. But I mean, obviously, they immediately banned the interpreter. Got him at the league. But I mean, yeah, maybe we'll just have to wait for the investigation to be done. However long that's gonna take, because I have to get a look at the wire transfers and all that, and see if Otani did, um,
Mhm.
send any money. But like, so you don't. So your outcome is, even if they do find transactions between Otani and interpreter, they're not gonna do anything.
He
Like,
can plead ignorance. He could say the interpreter said, "I'm in a jam, need some money," and he just did it because he's a friend. And then he could just say later on he found out it was to cover some gambling debt. There's gonna be some way around this. Like I'm telling you, the commissioner already came out and said he's retiring in five years, which I don't know why you have to announce that now. If Otani goes down for gambling, that's all that commissioner is going to be remembered for. And who wants that as your legacy? Your biggest star got wrapped up in a gambling ring? No, you don't need that.
no, but yeah. I mean, as far as MLB, like, opening day, like, what are you looking forward to for the season? Like, what sparks your eye in the baseball world?
I mean, I feel like it's like the same with every sport. Seeing new guys in new uniforms, see how they perform. For me as a Red Sox fan, not a lot of expectations around my team, but crazier things have happened in baseball. If they could get off to a hot start, maybe some things start clicking. I don't know, but opening day in baseball is exciting for some. For some people, just be whatever. Because, like I said, the popularity of baseball, I think it's still there, but I don't think it's like it used to be. And especially now with like today's fan, being locked in on baseball for 162 games is a lot to ask. So they'll probably get a lot of hype for opening day. Baseball has to find a way to keep that energy throughout the season. So, like, I enjoy it. Like I said, got to see my Red Sox play. Rafi Devers. I like watching him play. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and the pitching staff because I don't know how it's going to look, but at least Brian Bayo gives me some reason to be excited. He's been working with Pedro. Pedro likes him. Says he's a guy. He has good stuff. He showed it last year. I want to see what his growth looks like this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can say the same thing for my Yankees, man. I know we have a 4-game road trip. I think we don't. I don't think we were home until like 2 weeks. 'Cause I think we play the Houston Astros for 4 games, and then we play. I think the. I gotta check. I think we play the. Let me see. Let me see. Let me
I mean,
see.
technically, most baseball people think no opening day should be up north, especially with because in the chat they're talking about the Orioles might be delayed because of the rain. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
some big rainstorm, I think, hitting the northeast and the East Coast. So you may get a bunch of games rained out on opening day, which wouldn't that just be a baseball thing?
Yeah, we opened the game 4-game series with the Astros, and then we play. It's a Lowe's, 4 game with the Diamondbacks. I think we're home against the Blues and Marlins, which I'm trying to go to one of the games, like, against the Marlins. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like we're good, man. Garrett Cole's gonna miss a couple, like, maybe 1 or 2 months, but as long as he's healthy for the remainder of the season, he's good. We got Nasty Nestor, a full season of healthy Rodon. We got Juan Soto. I feel like the Yankees. I think like if he does produce early on in the season, I think we should extend him because that's like a player. That's like Soto's up there with like Tatis, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Like I'm talking about like generational players that you don't want to let go. That's why I was surprised that San Diego kind of let him go because I thought they're gonna.
I'm
I
not.
know, huh?
No, I'm not.
I mean, I know the whole thing was to get the like Soto, Tatis, but I know he got the ban for like the substance abuse or whatever that he used, and then Manny Machado. So I guess they're trying to build something with that, but I guess they couldn't because Tatis wasn't part of that picture. But that's a player that you don't want to let go. And we'll see. That is a friendly short porch, and Soto's is a slugger, so it should work. Um, I mean, I know we got. Uh, I think our pitcher rotation is. I think it's Cole. We got Rodon, Nessie Nestor. I think Louis Gill got the call up to be a starter, and I'm missing one. Stroman. So
I
I
can tell you
mean,
right now, that rotation does not scare me at all.
who's
I
your
I
rotation?
don't I don't like Cortez. I feel like Cortez had the one All Star year, and like what's he
No,
really been
Cortez.
since that?
No, Cortez is nice. He was just hurt.
Um, mm. Stroman, I like. I'll give you Stroman. I like Stroman a lot, but the rest of that, especially with Cole being hurt early on, eh,
But who's watching right now? I want to know. Oh, is that Aaron
it's my boy Trajan.
Trajan? Is
Yep.
he your follower or whatever? Or?
I mean, he does follow me,
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Well, wait. What's his name again?
Trajan.
Trajan.
Yeah,
Welcome to
he's a Brewer fan.
welcome to the show,
So
man. No. I'm just curious. I didn't.
no,
I
I'm just
said
saying. No,
pitcher.
I'm saying like we talk baseball. So yeah,
So you're a
Yankees
Brewers
don't.
fan?
Yeah, he is. And
Uh,
but I mean that rotation. What is scary about it?
I mean, it's gonna help us win games. It's
Yeah, probably
gonna.
against
I'm
bad
not.
teams, maybe.
I'm not really worried about the starter. I think I read about the bullpen.
You
I mean,
should worry about the starting rotation too.
once we have Cole back, it's like maybe a month and a half or 2 months. We'll be good. Our bats are gonna be our bats. Our bats are gonna be scary, man.
Mm, I guess. I look.
All y'all.
uh,
Tristan, or sorry if I butchered that name, but all you have is Christian Yelch, right? I don't know who do y'all have.
They got Freddie Peralta
Freddie
in the
Peralta.
rotation. Yeah, he doesn't really like his team that much, but
Oh yeah.
he's a fan. But even the lineup. Okay, so you brought in Verdugo.
Oh yeah.
You
Verdugo.
brought
Yeah.
in. Okay, that's all good. what else really changed for the lineup? Isn't LeMahieu hurt already?
No, not that I know of.
I think he is.
No, I don't think so. Oh, Rodon? I forgot about Rodon.
What did Rodon do last year?
He was hurt.
Okay,
I'm saying
that's
he's still a
that's
dangerous
not a
pitcher.
reason to feel confident the year
I'm
after.
still he's still a dangerous pitcher when he's on his game.
Mm, I say it all the time. New York is where players go for
Hey,
their
I would love
careers to
Shohei
die.
Ohtani. I would love him, man, but he kind of fell off because he had that one year where he was hitting home runs, and then he was like every game I saw him get home run, but
Yeah,
he kind of like
welcome to New York.
no, I'm talking
Stan
about
did the
yellow.
same
No,
thing. Stan was hitting 50 something home runs in Miami. He gets to New York, the dude could barely move. Something about New York, man. You better get with them. Something about that stadium just hurts careers. I'm worried what it's going to do to the Strowman because I actually like the guy.
yeah, he certainly had that swagger, man. So and yeah, like we'll see. Actually,
I mean, the
I'll look up the
swagger
new.
won't mean nothing if your ERA is like 5.5.
Let's see what's going on with the Yankees. Let me see any updates.
I'm pretty sure LeMahieu is hurt.
Oh yeah, the May headed to IL with a foot injury.
Already.
I mean, at least we're doing this now instead like late in the season, but
He's like 45.
he's like 35 something, man. He's like 34, 35.
Man, he's the oldest 35 I've seen in a while.
I mean, he's still productive when he's on his 100%.
What did he hit last season?
I don't know. Don't know. But I know he played well. At least he
Yeah,
got rid of Donald.
Colorado like a decade ago.
Yeah, but Draymond Green ejected the first 3 minutes of the game. Glad I took the under. Wait, just now he got ejected? I
Look,
guess so.
Look, okay. See, I don't know what to say about Draymond because even that Patty Mills thing the other night, which I think Patty Mills kind of oversold a little bit, but just the fact that Draymond was doing stuff like that again is like, how much further do we get before he gets another suspension for doing something crazy? Because it seems like it's kind of creeping up in him again. And I don't know what the league would do at that point.
Yeah. Draymond, it's like Yossi would fit right in with that lineup. You can have him. Like the old folks home in New York. Draymond Green ejected the first 3 minutes of the game. Yeah. But I mean, I'm excited. I mean, open day is always fun to watch your team plays. I know, yeah, on the East Coast there has been a lot of rain, so probably you're right. Like on the East Coast, gonna be a lot of rain. I'm not sure in Atlanta. I'm not sure in
It'd
Atlanta
be
where
the
you are.
baseball thing. It would be the baseball thing to have all this fanfare for opening day and a bunch of games be postponed for weather. I think Atlanta will be fine. I'm trying to think, do the Braves start at home or not though? I think they do. I'll have to look that up, but
Yeah.
was Draymond really ejected? I was
Uh,
about to look that up because I don't know. Draymond. Are they actually even playing right now? I feel like this is a troll job.
I mean, it would
No,
make sense.
he was. I literally went to ESPN's right there in the first thing. Steph shaking his head after Draymond gets ejected in under 4 minutes.
That's crazy, bro. Like, who are they playing right now?
They're playing the Magic. What could have possibly have happened? Whatever. I mean, that's Golden State's issue to deal with. And they need to worry because Houston is right on them. Houston's like, I think, a half game behind them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So let's switch back to let's switch to all right, yeah. Um the NFL. Like you had some worse, not worse to say, but you had some thoughts to say about Deion Sanders. I'm talking about Shador Saunders and then Travis Hunter. Like, what do you I mean, do you think that it's kind of like, like for what he's saying, it's kind of like, when you play like Road to the Show, right? Or like just My
Mm-hmm.
Career Games, or it's like, do you want to like just play good and then have the team pick you, or do you want to pick your desired team? That's kind of like what I mean. Saunders is saying it's like he only wants his son to like play for a certain team, and I feel like I don't think that's how it really works. And tell you that, and don't get me wrong, Shador, he's fantastic. He had a good first year at Colorado. Travis Hunter, he can play a cornerback and wide receiver, so he's definitely versatile. Um, I mean, but then again, I kind of agree with him a little bit because you don't want to, with a talented player like that, you don't want him to go to a terrible team that has terrible bottom top organization. You want them to go to a team where it's like they're good. They want to contend now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that? Like, I mean, obviously he's trying to look out for his son, and his player in Travis Hunter. Um, like I'm pretty sure if, for example, he doesn't want Shador going playing for the Jets because they know he probably knows their track run of losing. He'd rather him play on the Eagles or a team that's desired to win. So how do you feel about? I mean, I don't really hear what he said
There's technically a
before.
question about that though. If you think because Dion said he thinks Travis Hunter and Shador are top 5 picks. I don't know about that, but if you're going in the top 5, most likely you're going to a team that's in the top 5 for a reason. So to sit there and think that there's going to be a team in the top 5 that's set up perfectly for your son, that's not going to happen. But I mean, if he's just talking about he would love to see his son play for certain organizations, whether it's because of ownership or whatever. I mean, as a dad, you can't really, for him to be as his dad, you can't really be mad about that. But I do think because Anthony put that Sanders is overrated. I do kind of think that some people are placing him probably a little higher than he probably will be. Like Shador needs to have a good season, obviously, to make that dream come true of him being a top 5 pick. Like I think Hunter, people recognize the talent of him being a dual threat player, but I think with Sanders, it's like he had a good start to the season last year. When they're 3-0 and everybody was loving on them, but how'd the season end? Pretty miserably. So I don't know if Sanders is going to be in that position necessarily to be a top 5 pick. Hunter, like I said, has the better chance of the two, but I mean, Dion can say whatever he wants to, right? It's just whether or not a team would fall for it necessarily. So, like, if I'm trying to think of it, like, let's say the Bears had the top pick again. No,
Yeah,
that probably doesn't work because they wouldn't be taking a quarterback if they're going to take Caleb Williams. But the
let's do like
Panthers, we'll
let's
use
do
the
like Jets
Panthers.
or Giants, whatever. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's say the Panthers are done with Bryce Young. They see Shador Sanders up there. They're like, we're going to take him. And Dion tells Shador that pull an Eli and tell them that you wouldn't play for him. I mean, that's cool and all, but it kind of speaks to the NILization. I just made that term up of college football, where people feel like if they're not in a good situation, then it's okay for them to just move to the next one that they think is more profitable to them. Like part of me as a fan, it's like if I have a bad team and I pick you as a guy to turn us around, and then for you to tell us like, I don't want to do it in your city, doesn't that kind of speak to somewhat of the competitor in you? And that, I mean, like I said, maybe that's completely off base, but I just don't like the idea of top 5 picks trying to choose their destination. I mean, yes, Eli Manning did it. He got ridiculed for it. Bo Jackson did it. He went on to play baseball, so he just completely left and then came back. And John Elway did it. So it hasn't been too many instances of it, but my fear is if Hunter and Shedeur Sanders were to do it, and then it starts becoming like a yearly thing, and then it's just like, what's the point? Like, what are we doing here?
Mm.
Also, is it just me or is my video like lagging or something?
Yeah, like on your end, it's kind of lagging a little bit.
All right. I mean, if it
It's
keeps
like a
up,
little jumpy.
I might have to like go out and come back in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, is my video good?
Yeah, yours is fine. I'm just like looking at myself and it's like all jumpy. And I was like, I hope
Yours
it's
is
not
kind of like
up.
yeah. Yours is
Yeah.
kind of going left and right.
All right, let me go out and come back in real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Stop using. I do not have AOL, Anthony. All right. See, Anthony, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Oh. Oh, Anthony says I'm using that AOL. Ah. But yeah, so you think gotta see it set the tone in the game. You're talking about Draymond Green. But yeah, I mean, if you like the NFL, like what teams what teams have um what teams do you think had the upper advantage as far as free agency so far? Like you got Derrick Henry going to the Ravens, you got Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles. You have uh now Jadeveon Clowney going to the Panthers, Josh Jones going to the Packers. A lot of moves. So as far like who do you think has the highest grade as far as like free agency right now for the chatters? Uh, Anthony Price says sounds like the next Caleb Williams 2.0 story with with fathers. He's going to the Giants. Kyle, stop using. Yeah, so Kyle, we'll be back on. So we'll take a little break. We'll take a little hiatus real quick. So I'll mute myself. Yes, Kyle gets back on. Like, how have y'all been? Anthony Price, I know you've been chilling, man. How you doing, brother? Hey, man, Derrick Henry, baby. King Henry. Hey, I mean, we were trying to get him last year at the trade deadline, but the Titans didn't want him. Titans didn't want to release him. So I was kind of no surprise that we were going to get him. But they're going to be more dynamic. Like Henry can still produce at the age he's at. Um, I mean, you have a quarterback who can, you know, yeah, we did because Gus Edwards he went to the Chargers. Dobbins is free. So what are you talking about? We did need a running back. So if we didn't have him, we would have just Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell, but he's hurt. He got hurt. So wait, Texans they got didn't they get like Joe Mixon? Edwards. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that. Uh, I mean, we should have, but he was more like a third down back. Henry's more like an all down back. If you think about it. No, I mean Gus Edwards. Like I'm gonna miss him, man. He was a monster. But obviously, the Chargers are kind of like wanted to get another running back because they thought maybe Eckler wasn't the answer for them. Um, mm, they're trying to retool the offense with Herbert there and Jim Harbaugh there. So I mean, they definitely got to power back and definitely. So yeah. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll definitely miss Gus Edwards for sure. But we definitely need a running back. But it's crazy how like on the run like a couple years ago that the market for running backs was kind of like they weren't really valued as much, which I think they should have been valued. But it's crazy from a year from now that like a lot of running backs are off the market like so quick, like Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, I think Saquon, uh, Aaron Jones. So that's good for them if they're getting their money, like as they should. And yeah, like I'm excited. Like for all the running backs, because they had that meeting, they came together. Like, hey, we gotta buckle down. And yeah, but yeah, I definitely do like Derrick Henry to the Ravens because he gives that elusive back like proutiness. He you know he can catch it in the backfield. I mean, he really hasn't been injury prone other than he had that foot injury, I think. But he's still reliable as a all down back. He can extend plays. And then pair that with Lamar Jackson. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy because Lamar Jackson's ability to extend a play with his feet, or he can beat you with the arm, and with Lamar's running game and Derrick Henry running game. Oh my God, it's gonna be unbelievable watching it. Um, but the Ravens, we really haven't made any big move other than Derrick Henry. I know we signed Justin Madubuike to like a long term deal. Um, and then we got rid of we got rid of a lot of other players as well. So are you back with the AOL network?
I guess. I hope it is better now.
On my end, it's still kind of. I guess you have to get warmed up. I guess the camera and everything. But
I don't know.
is it raining near you or anything? It's storming near you?
No, it's not. I guess it's. I don't know. I guess it's the camera just wants to act up today.
Yeah, yeah. So you were talking about just like the offensive moves. What moves have surprised you? What free agency moves have like wow, this is great. So what do you think about the overall early free agency moves?
I mean, I think with free agency, the kind of interesting part has been how many moves have been made within the division. We saw like Patrick Queen go from Baltimore to Pittsburgh. We saw Saquon go from the Giants to the Eagles. We saw a bunch of moves like that, which I found kind of interesting because now those rivalry games within the division will have a little bit of extra meaning, especially like looking at the Giants Eagles one where, Saquon leaves, you have the whole Tiki Barber aspect of it and, that foolishness. Now those games are going to be looked at a little differently. Will Saquon have a little bit more energy going up against his former team twice this season now? He's going to try to show them like you should have paid him when you could, but no, you wanted to play games and franchise tag me and then all this stuff. So he decided to move on, and I feel like that's been the biggest thing is just the interdivisional stuff. Because I even think like what Jordan Poyer went from the Bills to the Dolphins. So it's just like so many moves within the division I think are interesting. In terms of individual player moves, that was kind of that would had me shaking my head. I would say the Falcons finding a partner for Desmond Ridder. Because I thought that was going to be a guy that they'd just eventually have to release or, let him play out his rookie deal and then just be done with him. But they actually found a team to take him on in the Cardinals and got a slot receiver for him. That was definitely a move that when I saw it come across, I was like, there's no way that just happened.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Anthony. I hope Eagles Giants is Thanksgiving or Christmas game.
Wait, is it true? Is that true? Is it already official that it's going to be 18 games, or did they roll on that yet?
No, that's the next step. That's going to happen, and I'm okay with it if they're going to say 18 games brings on a second bye week. I feel like if they do that, that would be a way to kind of smooth that over with fans and players. But if they're going to kind of keep the model and just do 18 regular season games, I feel like players will be really upset by that one.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I did like free agency. I mean, I was talking when you were trying to get the internet fixed that like it just come to like it was amazing how it became from a year. I think with me, you and Dylan on a podcast saying how like the running back market is very valuable, but they weren't getting the money, the bag. Then they all came together collectively and had that, I guess, that group chat or like that meeting or that Zoom call. And it was cool to see like all like the top running backs that were like hot commodities got picked up early. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones. So
Mhm.
I was Saquon Barkley. Um, and yeah, I mean it's good to see because I think that I agree that there. I mean, like Derrick Henry said, like I think he was on the pivot. I think with Ryan Clark and all of them. He was like, I mean, the running back position is very still valued. I mean, most teams right now don't have a starting running back. So that they're probably gonna look like not like who the Vikings have. Didn't they trade away Madison for somebody? Like,
Yeah, but you've got like 3 billion of them coming out of college.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, most teams are probably looking towards a draft now, as far as like that. But I don't think there's any running back that I know that they're coming from the draft that I know of. I got to do my research on
It
that,
don't
like
matter.
running backs.
The problem is you have a limited budget for your NFL team. You have several slots to fill, and to, I guess, in the eyes of many, overspend on a running back position is not smart business. The money's going to go into certain positions: pass rushing, quarterback, outside receiver, tackle. Yeah, that's where the money's going to go, because those are the more important positions. I mean, yes, running back is important, but when you have a league that's turning more towards the passing game, it's not something you want to overextend yourself to keep a running back anymore. I mean, look, Tennessee moved on from Derrick Henry. They brought in Tony Pollard. They got Tyjae Spears. They're just going to go about it with a two-headed monster like that and see if they don't get the same production.
Do the Eagles still have Swift, or is he a free agent?
No, they don't have Swift. Swift left.
So, or I don't know who they have to back them up.
Uh, that's a good question. They
I
have
know.
Gainwell.
Oh, Gainwell. I know Cowboys need a running back, but they haven't done nothing in free agency.
Because the Cowboys have money issues.
Yeah,
They're trying to figure out what to do with Dak. Although they came out and said, like, I guess no extension's going to happen, but they have to pay CeeDee Lamb. They have to pay,
Micah Parsons, right?
yeah, and I'm pretty sure Diggs probably has to get money soon.
I mean, I feel like it would be better to lock the quarterback up first. That's the most important thing. But then you have other important pieces that you need.
Do you
But
want Dak Prescott at like $60 million a year?
I mean, I don't care. I'm not a Cowboys fan, so I'm not in that division. So I don't care. I mean, I feel like Dak is a good quarterback. He's probably better than most quarterbacks, that are, other, he's up there with like in that list of like, I would have put him up near Pat Mahomes, but that's like top 10, top 15.
I mean, top 15 is a safer thing.
I
Top
think
10,
I say
bottom of the top 10,
I say
I could hear the argument
like
maybe. I
bottom
wouldn't
of
put him
barrel
in
top
top 10.
10, maybe like 11.
Yeah, if you had him 11 to
12.
15, I wouldn't be upset by that.
So what moves like were like surprising to you? Like what moves are like, wow, like this happened? Like, I mean, I was shocked that like Russell went to the Steelers because I thought his career was
I
over.
wasn't. I called that.
You call
The
that?
minute he left Denver, I was like, there's only like two places he's going to go. It was either Atlanta or Pittsburgh. And then Atlanta went with Kirk Cousins. He went to Pittsburgh. His career is not over. It's on life support. Like, he needs to go to Pittsburgh and have a good year, or who's going to really want to take him the following year?
Right.
Unless it's a backup role and he's okay with that.
No. Who's this? Ola?
I guess we say Ola right back. ¿Cómo
Hola.
estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
That's that Spanish education right there at work.
I wonder who. It doesn't say who it is though. That's kind of crazy. That's weird.
Yeah, you gotta click the link. It's it's Jory. What's going on, Jory?
Oh, Jory, what's up, Jory? But yeah, yeah, I, hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot. Still a lot more like friends on the list that haven't been picked up yet. But I'm pretty sure teams are waiting on the draft. So Mo is Pittsburgh a sleeper team to watch out for. I mean, they're.
Hmm,
I mean, they did get Patrick Queen for the defense. I mean, they got Russell Wilson. Um,
their
who else did
problem's
they-
gonna be the
oh,
division,
oh,
though.
Justin Fields. Like, that was. I, I guess that's a quarterback to learn behind. I guess. But I don't know. I feel like the Wi-Fi is kind of messing up. I feel like that Justin Fields was worth more than a 6th round pick. That's my opinion.
Why? Look, what value coming out of the Bears situation would you say he had?
I mean, I think he had more value than the whole Bears team because like that was the team that put him in that predicament. I think that if you put him on another team that that
No, no,
has better weapons.
I get that, but my thing is the Bears had the top pick. Basically,
Mhm.
let it be known they're going to take Caleb Williams. Why would I, as a team who wants Justin Fields, give up a third or a fourth rounder
No,
if
no, no.
I
I'm
know
saying
you need to get rid of him?
no, no, no. I like. I guess what I'm saying is like take like I guess like take Caleb Williams out. Like I feel like they could have put him in better situations. To,
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they signed DJ Moore or traded for him.
Mhm.
Um, but I feel like they're gonna do the same thing to Caleb Williams, man. It's just like the Bears curse. I mean, they really. I mean, I know Caleb Williams. He's raw, like all these other quarterbacks are in the come out of the draft. But I feel like that the Bears. Yes, they had the draft capital to draft, and but I mean, it's all about getting the right players for the quarterback. Like, look at Mitch Trubisky, subpar. Justin Fields, I mean,
Trubisky wasn't that good.
no, he
I
wasn't. He
mean,
wasn't.
Trubisky had no business going that high in that draft.
What did they do to help him out though? Like as far as talent, to help him out.
With Trubisky, you got to question what's the talent that you're working with. Fields is a talented quarterback,
Yeah, like you can work
and
with him. Yeah. And he's going to a coach like Mike Tomlin that is. I mean, he's worked with Big Ben. He's worked with some of the greats. So, I mean, that's why I never count the Steelers out because that Mike Tomlin, and that's big coming from a Ravens fan because I mean, I respect Mike Tomlin, like African American coach, long tenured head coach, never had any problems. Um, is respectful, and he holds his players to high standards. So I mean, what a like QB learn behind, and I mean, we all thought Sean Payton was going to uplift Russell, but look what that happened. But I think Mike Tomlin is better. He's a better coach and a better suited position for Justin Fields and Russell. That's going to be interesting.
that's not going to be on Tomlin. Tomlin's not an
I mean,
offensive guy.
you're gonna have Lamar, you're gonna have Burrow, you're gonna have Deshaun Watson, and you're gonna have Russell Wilson. That's a kind of a weird division with Russell Wilson. Never because he's only been an NFC kind of guy. NFC with the Seattle, and then he moved to the Broncos. But it's gonna be weird for him in the AFC.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers just did it.
Oh, Anthony, man. I mean, I think all teams are doing. I think they're waiting for the draft, and then they're gonna they're gonna be cuts. They're gonna be other buyout players. So I think the Ravens are waiting in the waiting game.
I mean, I guess that's one way to attack the offseason. Play the waiting game. It does seem like the Ravens have lost a lot this offseason.
Yeah, I think we did lose a lot. I know Geno Stone went to the Bengals. JJ McCown just signed with the Panthers. We did sign Matabuke, to a which that's good. I think Trenton Simpson's is going to fill his role with Raquan Smith. He came from Clemson. Um, I mean, we did. I mean, Justice Hill to the Chargers. I think Dobbins is a free agent. Um, so I'm curious to see where he's gonna land.
He's a guy who's going to wait a while.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think when you were trying to fix your Wi-Fi, I did say that Derrick Henry does bring that dynamic to the game because he's a power back and I think I remember Anthony Price in the comments was like what did you say? I gotta go back. Like
So look, the
you shouldn't
Derrick
have
Henry
Edwards.
addition is all well and good, but if they're going to pull the same stunt that they did in Kansas City this past playoff run, what's the matter?
I mean, yeah, Anthony. Yeah. Anthony Price said that we should have kept Gus Edwards, but he was more like a third down, like 31 back. I think Derrick Henry is more like an all down back where you can, extend plays.
So you're going to run Derrick Henry into the ground?
No, because we have Lamar and other players to help him out.
Look, you need to have Lamar start throwing the ball a little bit better. Don't give me this like double wildcat formation.
Kyle, man. I mean,
like, look, I get it. In the world of Madden, it's going to be all, yeah, we're running RPOs and we're just killing it. But it's just like teams are going to catch on to that. I mean, look what Kansas City did. Kansas City just closed the middle of the field, and Baltimore couldn't do a thing. And as Anthony said, you did put Lamar in the running back category because you said I said, what are you going to do with Derrick Henry? We got Lamar.
I mean, he still runs when he needs to. I mean, he still can extend plays. I'm like, if there's no one open, he can beat you with the legs. Still, it's nothing really. But if there's nothing downfield, I'd rather him not force a pass. If there's an open lane, take. It's like basketball. Like if you have an open lane to the basket, why are you gonna pass it out? If you have an open lane, if you have an open dunk. I mean, obviously, yeah, you're only gonna pass it out if you know the guy's gonna shoot the ball and is a shooter.
True.
There were so many lanes, and I did see that game in the Chiefs. There were so many gaps, open gaps where Lamar could have ran through the hole. But I get it. He's been hearing it, like he has to prove his arm. But hey, it's an opportunity,
and he didn't do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's why.
Like why Henry, all of a sudden?
But Derrick,
why all of a sudden in a playoff game you worried about what critics have said about you?
But
you
actually,
I think that season not worrying about it. But now against Kansas City, you wanted to prove something.
But part of me thinks is it's not all Lamar's fault. I think like the game, it's on Harbaugh too. Like that's why a lot of fans were like he's on the hot seat like this year because how many times is this going to happen? And they shied away from the running game. I'm talking about like Gus Edwards only had like one carry, I think, or two carries.
And that's after bringing in a guy who came from the University of Georgia, where all they do is run the ball.
Alabama.
And now all of a sudden, huh?
You're talking about who?
Monken.
Oh, I thought you meant Henry. My bad.
No, Monken's from Georgia, where they ran the ball down people's throat. Now all of a sudden, you know what, Lamar? Go out there and throw the ball around the field 40-something times. So Anthony said, why not get good wide receivers? Well, I mean
who's available? I mean, Keenan Allen, he went to the Bears. Mike Williams goes to the Jets.
That's why when you're talking about Caleb Williams, at least Caleb Williams now has DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and Cole Kmet has come on.
Keenan Allen is injury prone.
Hey, Keenan Allen is, you know what you're getting from him.
I mean, injuries. When has he had?
Allen?
No. Like I'm not arguing. Like healthy, he's a tall receiver who can catch the ball and get up there. But like how? Tell me when he's had a full season of being healthy as a receiver, because it's always been either him hurt or Mike Williams hurt. So how reliable is he? He has
last year, 108 catches, 1,200 yards.
All right, that's cool.
2021,
But look who. But look
106
who.
catches,
But look who's throwing
1,100
in the
yards.
ball. Herbert, not a rookie quarterback.
I'm just saying. You asked when's he had like a healthy season?
That's one season.
No, 2023, 108 catches. 2021, 106. 2020, 100. 2019, 104. 2018, 97. 2017, 102.
Okay, so he's been. I guess he's been in games where like he's been hurt, hasn't been available. But yeah,
I mean, that comes with the position of wide receiver.
yeah, true. Basically, so why not get good receivers? I mean, like, okay, Anthony Price. Tell me the receivers that are available to get right now on the market. There's not many,
Mm,
other than
well,
maybe
I
wait
mean,
to the buyout market to like the draft and like people cut people.
I think that goes to Anthony's other point where he said, so the Ravens are going to go back-to-back wide receivers in the first round again.
No, well, we might go receiver, or we might go. I think we're either gonna go running, receiver or cornerback, or we might go lineman. Whoever's available. Is this whoever's available? I know Keon Coleman was talking about being available at that spot from FSU. That's a good option. Him, Zay. There'll be him, Zay, Mark Andrews, Bateman. So yeah, I mean that's. But like, I don't know who's really on the market for a receiver, like as a receiver right now. I think that they're all
There's
like Gallup.
Gallup is productive. I mean, T. Higgins, if you believe that he actually wants out in Cincinnati, even though I think Cincinnati's going to keep him somehow, that's just a ploy from him to get a better deal. I think Michael Thomas, which I heard he was linked to Baltimore,
Yeah,
which
I think
would be a Baltimore move to make.
I think he still is on the radar. I think, but I think I think every team is just waiting, for the draft to see what they do, then decide who they're gonna cut, and then see. I think teams are gonna be more aggressive after the draft.
Yeah, I think the guys that are out there still are out there for a reason.
But is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing?
I mean, would you be knocking down Michael Thomas's door? No, I wouldn't. Like, what's he going to give you? Okay, he runs slants. Great. Yay. I mean, Odell's still out there, but Baltimore just tried that. Didn't work. And then after that, like, what are we talking about out there? So, but I feel like if Baltimore was going to target a wide receiver, they'd have gotten one of the guys who went early. So now, like you said, there's really not much out there.
Yeah. So I mean, Anthony, if you're a good GM, tell me who you would pick up, and tell me and who's available, Mister. I know Ravens football.
They can call my Patriots for Juju if they want.
I mean, hey, I like last year's draft. I got Zay Flowers, and that was a good pickup. I mean, that's not really a bad receiver.
Until it didn't look like a good one. When he had the biggest meltdown ever in a playoff game.
What player doesn't have a meltdown? Like, he's young.
Like that? No, I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. Like, Zay Flowers is trying to make a play, and
he made a play, and he was freaking. I mean, I think
the body language, though. I don't know if I like that. Just like Lamar throwing his helmet and stuff. Like, bro, you were missing throws all day. Don't sit here and get mad.
All right, and then Anthony, I mean, we got one of the best running backs in the game right now on our team. I don't know what you fronting for. Like,
look,
the best running back like that was available
that out there, and you were dogging Derrick Henry last season.
I mean, I wasn't dogging him. I was just saying that he had an injury. He wasn't like he had an injury that was sidelined for a while, like that foot injury. Because like he's been reliable
You
most of his
attach
career.
injury prone to him.
I mean, yeah, because there was a spread of games where he didn't play like a season, like because he couldn't play.
Injury prone.
Because
Look, injury prone is like Mike Williams, where every year he's going down with something. That's injury prone. I wouldn't put Derrick Henry in the injury prone category.
I mean he's definitely reliable.
I mean, he's reliable now because he's in Baltimore. Tennessee, you were trying to write the man's obituary. If you wanted Higgins, Ravens not going to pay for him. Do you believe Ravens will pay Zay Flowers when his rookie deal is up? I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Because what would be their options?
If you wanted Higgins, Ravens not going to pay for him. Do you believe Ravens will pay when his rookie deal is up? I mean, he's still like he'll be in his second year, so he still has much more to prove for Zay. So, is the thing like 5 years, right, on a rookie deal, or is it different for receivers?
I mean, 4 5th years of option.
Yes, I mean Zay is still. I mean, I think Zay is still raw, but he was still doing good this year. I mean, it's not really a bad. It's not a bad receiver. You can still catch and like the run out their catch ratio is good. So I think we need another tall receiver though. I don't know. No, that's a good question. I would say he's more like a veteran, like maybe Crabtree, but no, I don't think we paid him top. He was past his prime when we got Crabtree. I don't know. I gotta look that up. But
yeah, last time they paid. Well, I mean, you can kind of look at the AFC North. Outside of Cincinnati, a lot of those teams have kind of similar mentalities. It's like defense with them, quarterback maybe, and wide receiver. Baltimore's not really big on that.
what about
like Pittsburgh would not necessarily be big on paying big.
Cincinnati? Well, pre like Chase and I mean, who they have as receivers in Cincinnati?
Well, they had Chad Johnson.
Ochocinco.
They've had guys, yeah.
But it's like we've had guys too in the past. Like we were. I mean, it's no secret we were known for our defense. So we were spend heavily more on the defense side of the ball than the offense side of the ball. And
that's
I mean,
saying.
We probably value the running backs more than the receivers. But I mean, if we upgrade that department,
values tight ends. That's what
tight ends too. Todd Heap, the Dennis Pitta, Mark Andrews, and they've all been good for us because like the Ravens are known to use that 3-down back. Oh, likely forgot about him. He had a good year. When Andrews went down, he was reliable at that position. Charlie Kolar, like second, third year, So, but look at the teams that like Pittsburgh, like Kyle said. I mean, Deontay Johnson. I mean, Juju Smith, Chase Claypool.
I mean, Baltimore would kill for. Baltimore would kill for a Deontay Johnson.
I don't like his attitude. I think he caused some problems. That's why
he's a wide receiver.
Huh?
He's a wide receiver.
No, but I'm saying I just don't like. I mean, because they're the reason why they released him. Because he's not he's I don't know. I think he's I don't know. I heard he's not. I heard he's not a locker room guy.
How many teams base their locker room or have their wide receiver as a leader in their locker room? Not many teams have that. Gone are the days of like Hines Ward and guys like that being locker room leaders. Wide receivers are you're just trying to manage them at a certain point.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we can before we head out, we can just talk about the NBA. Is there any NFL news we did that we missed or anything? We did. What about
Just the rule changes, I
yeah, the
guess.
road? Like, how do you feel about the whole like the hip tackle like ban? Do you think that's good for the NFL? Do you think that's bad?
The NFL can't win at this point because they had the lawsuits a few years ago from retired players talking about the league didn't take care of them. So then the league tries to put in safety rules, and now current players are killing them for it. Even though these current players, once they retire, would just join the retired players who killed the league for not doing anything for them. And look, you should be somebody who loves the banning of it. Mark Andrews got hurt on a hip drop tackle. So I don't understand what the league is supposed to do. They did horse collar. Why? Because guys are grabbing the horse collar, dragging you down backwards, and then falling into your leg and hurting you. That turned into the hip drop tackle. So, I mean, at some point it'll get to point of flag football. But the point is, if you're going to keep having retired players talk about how bad the league treated them, that's going to hurt younger players wanting to play the game. And I get it. Some of it is a little bit beyond maybe necessity, but the league has to worry about player safety. They just have to. And the hip drop tackle, yes. Do people get hurt by it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you say it's something that happens like every game? Maybe not. But if you have a reckless linebacker taking down a tight end, like you could snap an ankle, you could snap somebody's leg, and that's what they're trying to prevent. And look, I get where RG3 is coming from, where it's like, so if you're trailing an offensive player, what are you supposed to do at this point? I don't know. I think what you're going to see, defenses are going to play zone more. That's probably going to be the counter action to the banning of that tackle. Teams will just run zone. So whether or not you like that, that's all well and good, but defensive coordinators have to get creative.
but
But I will say, the hybrid kickoff, I'm a big fan of. And also, yeah, I understand my camera's being choppy right now. I tried to fix it, so you have to bear with me. Hopefully the next one, it won't be like this. It's just being temperamental. But the hybrid kickoff, I'm definitely a big fan of, because if you saw the XFL, it forces kickers to keep it in the field of play and not kick it through the end zone. Because if you kick it through the back of the end zone, you automatically go to the 35. And for returners, the fact that the kickoff team can't start charging at you until you catch it, it now gives kick returners a chance to, take one back. And special teams coaches are excited by this because now they can get creative with their coverages and stuff like that. So that one I like. The hip drop tackle, I think, is going to be something we'll have to see play out, because we'll have to see like how strict are they really with it. Will they let some of it go or whatever? I don't know, but um, we'll see how those rules really shape the league next season.
yeah, because I mean, with the whole like hip drop tackle, uh, like how you supposed to like tackle somebody? Because obviously you don't want to like take a person's legs, but now not only is it gonna be a rule change, or it's gonna be a 50-yard penalty, automatic first down. Like that's so it's like players have to.
They'll do like they always did. Adjust.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming like say Flowers gives a pass, right? And he's like behind a defender. Like, is the defender just gonna let him go? Or I don't know.
No, I mean they'll still chase him down. They'll just maybe the new thing is they just try to strip the ball from behind. I don't know, or dive at their legs and do like wrap up around their ankles and take them down. I don't know. They'll figure it out. At least the smart players, I guess, will figure it out. You'll get some who may completely lose sight of things and still do the hip drop tackle, and then get a penalty, and then they'll kind of they'll adjust at that point. It's going to take some getting used to for some of these players.
Yeah. So you're all for the new kickoff, right?
Absolutely. I'm 100% in on the new kickoff rule.
It looked a little bit confusing because they had like XFL like video. It's kind of
Yeah,
like so the kicker's all by himself.
basically, yeah, basically the kicker will be off the line of scrimmage. Basically, the other 10 players will stand there. The receiving team will have their guys lined up across from them. I think they're like 10 yards apart. So the kicker runs up, he kicks it. I think at that point the kicker stays there. The other 10 guys now pursue. Well, no, the 10 guys have to wait until the returner catches the ball, and then it turns into live action.
Hmm. It's gonna be, and I
Because
heard
the way
like
it was
it
going,
has to be like
all kickers were just kicking it through the back of the end zone, so there was really no need for a returner anyway. This way you have to get a return.
so like say like a ball goes into the end zone on a kickoff. Like is it still 20 yards at the 20-yard line or
If it goes into the end zone on the fly, it thinks out to the 30. If it bounces in, that's different.
okay? Yeah, I heard like the runner like if the ball's like in like that zone, I think it's the zone before
Mhm.
like the end zone, and then that once the player catches it, it's they're
Yeah,
good to
now
go.
everybody's just playing ball at that point.
Just into a second nature, like tackling in the open field for safety or corner would be hard. Yeah.
But
Um.
they've adjusted before. Because remember they took out the helmet shots. Players adjusted. They started like rolling with their shoulder to take guys down. So they'll figure out a new way to get guys to the ground. They'll do that. Like I said, it might just be defenses playing zone where you're keeping all the action in front of you, and then you just run up in and make your tackle there.
Yeah. I think. I mean, a lot of people are saying that like the new rules are protecting the offense more than the defense. Cause like the defense was known. I mean, obviously, like when I played football, like for that 1 year, I was told to never go take a tackle down by the knees because that's unsafe. Because one, you're taking out the player's knees. Um, so I
Yeah,
was told like
nobody
to
was taught to tackle like that.
tackle waist up,
We're all taught to like go at
go at
their
the hip,
waist,
the
wrap
weight
up, and take them
up.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or take
and that
or
turned
if you
into knocking out players by just launching at them.
yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see like how the new rules, and then I heard I'm not sure if it's got voted on, but like the challenges, right? Like if like
You get three.
it what that well, I think you only get that third one if so that wait, so
You
coaches
just
get
have to.
three?
So you start with two.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. Yeah.
All you have to do is get one of the two right. You get the third one. You don't have to get both right to get a third one. You just have to get
Hmm.
one.
Hmm. That's big because like if the coach
Yeah.
needed one night down the line, then no, like I'm excited to see the new rules and the new adjustments. Is there anything else that we missing in the NFL? I guess we'll do like a mock draft coming up maybe in a couple weeks. That'd be pretty fun.
Okay.
But yeah, on to the NBA. I know you're like Celtics are on fire. I mean, I don't know how they
Don't
lost the Atlanta
listen to
Hawks.
ESPN because ESPN will make it have you to feel like they're struggling to be a playing team.
Oh, played, huh?
This like narrative that if when the Celtics get wins, nobody cares. It's like, oh, whatever. But then every loss is like magnified because they're like, oh my god, how'd you lose to that team? They have the best record in the East by 10 games. They have the best record overall by 5. The team is bored. They want the playoffs, just like a lot of teams do. You're basically with 10, 11 games away from the playoffs starting. Players are done with the regular season. Yeah, losing a 30-point lead to Atlanta, sure, but that doesn't take away from what they've done all season.
Right.
So, Celtics will be fine.
So who do you think will make the plan? Who do you think will
I think I think the East is pretty much set. Remember what happened to the we're not talking about the Bruins. Bruins and the Celtics are two different because the Celtics are usually consistent in the playoffs. The Bruins are they're the Bruins. But I mean, look, I'm not saying that they'll be fine. Like I'm penciling them into the finals because I can understand where certain matchups may pose a problem. But I'm not going to lose my mind because they lost to the Hawks on a random day at the end of March when they have the East already wrapped up. I don't care really. Get me to the playoffs. Let me see game 1 and 2. I critique them from there. The rest of the regular, they could lose every game in the regular season. I'm not going to care at all.
how many games? Like how many games? Like how many games separate the 1 and 2 in the East?
It's
Like
like
who's the
10
number
games.
two?
They've already clinched the number 1 seed in the East.
Who's number two? The Bucks.
Yep. And then to clinch the overall number 1 seed, the magic number is like 4. Because I think they have a 5-game lead on the Thunder.
Okay. Oh, like it's just like NBA, like West and Eastern Conference.
Yeah, so to get home court for the NBA Finals, they almost have that locked up.
Who is this, man?
Hold on.
Kyle is just spoiled, haha. But
Yeah.
Jordan lives in a fantasy land. They can raise the best team ever. Oh man.
Oh, that's Aaron. What's going on, Aaron?
Oh, Aaron, bro.
Yeah.
All Boston sports are the same. Ravens. I didn't even hear that, huh?
No, thinking the Ravens are the best team. That was Trajan saying he didn't hear that.
Oh,
Yeah, Trajan missed the episode last year where basically you were like, I'm not worried about any team in the league.
I'm worried. I mean, we bulldozed the league. We're 13-3, but if you just fit the bed against the Chiefs, I
But
mean, we knocked off.
Aaron and I tried to warn you, and you were just like, we're the only team that can beat us. And it's like, no, there's other teams that can. And to be honest, they won the Houston game because of inexperience on Houston. But that's a game they needed to win. But the game where they were supposed to step up against Kansas City, yeah, they no-showed that game.
All right, it's all good. It's just, I mean, J.K. Rogers is gone.
Yeah, they're just going at each other about Aaron Rodgers now.
Oh, Aaron, man. But yeah, so
But I mean that Lamar can't win in the playoffs, that's kind of a narrative at this point. Because what's his playoff record now?
Like 2-4, I think.
For a 2-time MVP, that's not going to get it done.
Sorry, man. We'll get some. I mean, we'll get some pieces around Lamar. I was gonna be see what we do in the
You
draft.
just said 13-3. You bulldozed the league. You clearly had pieces at that point.
We did, and I mean, our regular season stats don't lie.
But they did. But they did though.
Next topic, man. I don't want to. We're in the NBA talk right now. Like, come on, man.
Got your running back trying to throw 40 passes in a game. Look what happened.
Yo, Aaron, whoever it is, I need that 50 piece, man. I need that 50 piece chicken, man.
It's turned into Lamar needs a Madden style team with no salary cap or nothing. Get him the top 4 wide receivers, get him 2 of the top backs, get him the best tackles that are available, and then we'll see.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, Lamar. I mean, that's a
No, he's saying Derrick Henry's a better quarterback than Lamar.
Oh my god. Is that Aaron still?
Well, the Aaron Rodgers one is Trajan.
Well, who's your team, Trajan?
No, he's Brewers, he's Packers, he's Wisconsin.
Jordan Love. Oh.
Jordan Love made plays with his arm. Something we couldn't say about Lamar against Kansas City. I mean, I'm just saying.
Kyle Fuller, Lamar. Oh my god. Packers, man. I love J Love has made a play over that Lamar. I mean, they better. I mean, like, aren't they in the aren't they in a weaker conference or division? Especially when Kirk Cousins went down. Like, who's in the division?
Yeah, but Jordan Love took a team that Aaron Rodgers had us all believe wasn't good enough to make the playoffs. Took the same team basically, got to the playoffs and won a playoff game.
So Cheston, where'd you put Lamar on the current like QB list right now? Like, I'm curious to see here.
I'm glad you brought that up because that list from, Tad Prescott is a joke. That he had Lamar at 3, he had Dak at 2. Whatever publication he works for, revoke that man's license. He shouldn't be allowed in the building. It's like Dak Prescott's brother, who for some reason is putting out quarterback lists.
Man,
the list was trash. It was like
Mac
Chris
Jones,
Sims.
Stop it, man. I know you're trolling. You crazy for that, Cheston, or whoever the hell you are.
All right, so Jordan, let me ask you this: looking at the AFC North, rank the quarterbacks.
Like the current.
Yeah.
It's Lamar, Burrows, Russell, Deshaun.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wild. That's wild.
I mean, we did sweep the Bengals last year.
How many of those did Joe Burrow play in?
Both of them. But then he got hurt. Like, he
was hurt in the second one. That's the one where he tried.
No, he played, and then he didn't play the second half.
I'd still take Joe Burrow over Lamar. And that's also true. Burrow made it to a Super Bowl. Lamar can't even get to an AFC title game. Oh, he did this year, but I mean, he can't get to a Super Bowl.
Burrow, Lamar.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to put Lamar over Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah. Burrow, a toss-up between Russ and Lamar, and then Watson. I think I think because the record wise, Lamar, it's gonna be Ravens, or it's gonna be Lamar. There's gonna be Burrow
I
too.
didn't ask about the record. I said to rate the quarterback.
No, and I'm saying Lamar, Burrow.
No, there's no way you could have Lamar over Burrow.
What you said? Rate the current QBs in the division. Not
Yeah,
like you
and
didn't
the
say
fact that you're
you
saying
didn't say
Lamar's
based
number
off of,
one,
but you didn't say based off of the past. You said current situation.
I'm basing it off current, and Burrow is a better quarterback than Lamar.
And Lamar was
Okay,
backing up.
so
Yeah.
okay,
All
so
right.
you're Lamar's lawyer right now. Tell me why he's better than Joe Burrow.
Huh?
You're Lamar's lawyer. Tell me why he's better than Joe Burrow.
I don't know because Lamar can extend plays and he makes average wide receivers great.
Like who?
Like his MVP, his first MVP season. Who do we have? A young Duvernay. Or no, wait, I don't think we had Duvernay yet. We had didn't we have like Chris Moore? I think Chris Moore. Oh, we had
Chris Moore.
exactly. We had
Lamar
Willie
won that
Snead,
MVP
right?
for his rushing yards, not his passing yards.
Huh?
Lamar threw for like what 3,000 yards that season? No, he did not make anybody better. He ran the ball. So you got to come with another argument over that one.
No, Lamar is just like I don't know, man. Like he just does magical things with his arm and legs, man. And I've seen it live. I don't know if you've seen it live, but
I've seen it on TV. That's good enough for me. And I see missed throws all over the field.
But I know people in the comments are trolling, but I mean, I would never in
No,
hell.
they're not.
I would never in hell put Megan over Lamar. Lamar is, I mean,
No, we've
Megan
moved
is
past
ass,
that.
man.
We've moved past that. We're talking about Lamar and Joe Burrow at this point.
Oh man!
And you have not convinced me why Lamar is better than Joe
So
Burrow.
is that really so Jory, like the Chiefs game, was that really on the offense or was it on the defense? Because
the defense held the Chiefs to what 20?
I think it was, but they just let
23
Kelsey
points.
cook, man.
So you looked at that game and said the defense was the problem.
I mean, we could have got to Mahomes more than we should have. Like, I mean, we got to him a couple times.
That's not why they lost that game. They lost because the offense didn't run the ball, which is the only thing the Ravens are good at.
No, I agree. Defense is always stout. We're always good on defense.
Yeah, so you can't put that loss on the defense. The defense did its job against Kansas City.
You can't place the blame all on Lamar, though.
Was trash.
You can't place the blame all on Lamar Jackson on that loss, man. Like, yes, he could have
done. It's Todd Monken. It's Harbaugh. That's the three. Because Harbaugh, for allowing that offensive game plan to go through, he gets blamed for that. Monken, for coming up for that genius game plan, gets the blame. And then Lamar, who was supposed to execute it, didn't. Because I'll say the touchdown pass he threw to Zay Flowers was not necessarily a great quarterback play. He should have been sacked on the play. The defender let up a little bit, and Zay Flowers went over the top and Lamar hit him. Fine. But outside of that one throw, what other throw did Lamar have that was like great?
Like against the Chiefs?
Yeah, the deep throw he threw to Zay Flowers on the left sideline.
It was nice.
Zay Flowers had to wait like 2 hours for it to get to him. That wasn't a great throw. He threw a balloon to him. If he throws it on a line to him, Zay Flowers scores a touchdown on that throw.
Oh, man.
So that was all offense.
But he can't place the blame all on Lamar. Yeah, he had a couple.
He's the quarterback. The ball's in his hands every play. Who else am I going to blame? I can't blame Gus Edwards. They didn't give it to him.
Jory, Don't start. I don't know why you comment on my stuff, man. Your team is in that freaking rebuild. So why are you coming for my team?
I mean, her team went out and got Calvin Ridley. They
With
got
what,
a young quarterback.
with what quarterback?
They're
So
due.
Levis? Ugh.
Hey, Levis was a rookie and he had moments. That's something to build on for
It
year
is something
two.
to do. They still got D Hop. Who's their running back? Pollard, right?
We just told you Pollard and Spears. And plus, where Tennessee is right now and where Baltimore are, they're at
All
two
right,
different points.
so let me ask the chat before we head out. All right, the current AFC North teams, where do y'all rank them? As 1, 2, 3, 4. Who do you?
Burrow is clearly number one.
No, I'm
They're going
saying
to tell you
no
that. I'm
team.
telling you that.
No, the
Teams?
team.
But that wasn't the question.
I said the team. I said,
quarterbacks.
but no,
Obviously,
my question.
Cincinnati's defense isn't on line with Baltimore's defense.
No, I'm saying that my question to y'all and to you is
you didn't even answer mine. You still didn't tell me why Lamar's better than Joe Burrow. You can't tell me he extends plays. I don't care about that. How about you make plays once you extend them?
Lamar can win games.
But he doesn't in the playoffs when they matter, though.
So, what's Burrow's record in the playoffs?
Burrow's been to a Super Bowl.
And he lost the Super Bowl.
Gotten there. Lamar can't even sniff the Super Bowl.
This year we're gonna sniff the Super Bowl because it's in New Orleans.
You said that last year. You don't get to say that again. No,
we making it.
We're not going to have a whole season of Ravens fans talking about this is our year because you know what that means. You turned into the Cowboys. Congratulations.
Count it. Lamar and the Ravens are in the Super Bowl. Hey, it's in New Orleans again, man.
What does that mean?
We were in the Super Bowl when New Orleans came a couple years ago.
And Lamar wasn't the quarterback, so.
No, I don't think we're one and the same. I think Cowboys fans are just delusional. I'm here because it's funny not we are on objective half done bullshit. Man, Jory, my type have to do with you. You always do this shit when I have a point. Shut up.
I mean, look, we were trying to get you to talk Baltimore. We weren't on Tennessee. We can talk Tennessee, but we're talking Baltimore. And yeah, Baltimore had Joe Flacco, who was on a crazy run.
Oh no, he was
that season.
He was on a crazy run, the Mile High Run or the Mile Miracle.
I mean, that was lucky. Let's be honest.
I mean, hey, it was a good throw, deep throw.
It was a throw that should have been picked. I wouldn't call it a great throw.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Trajan thing thinking of like Trajan. We thinking of like okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we covered most of anything else that we didn't talk about. Anything else?
No. I mean, NFL's kind of quiet now because everybody's ramping up for the draft.
True. Yeah, all right. Well, like definitely follow the show. JJL Sports Talk. It was definitely a good episode. Definitely also follow my new show, The Ravens. My new Ravens podcast, The Baltimore Beatdown with Big J. For right now, that's gonna be only on Sundays until I get my, some more free time. Definitely check out my boy Sean Marsh on there. Yeah, but definitely follow, like and subscribe to the channel. And I think I want to put actually I'm gonna put this link before we go. I do have my podcast Discord channel. If you want to follow that, so definitely add that to the chat for y'all to join. Give me 1 second. Kyle, do you have anything to say? Final thoughts? Where can people find you at?
I mean, I'm at Chompin' Podcast on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. You can find me Chomping at the Bit podcast over on YouTube. You can find you got what Kaizy Gamer 84 over on Twitch. You can find me anywhere. Facebook, do have a group, Chomping at the Bit as well. So you can join that. Got a Discord as well. I mean, one of these episodes I'll probably have to put them in the description or something. But yeah, you can find me. Find me wherever you are. And like I said, sorry about the camera this episode. It just didn't want to act right. I'll make sure it's better for the next one. But definitely appreciate you guys in the chat. I thought it was definitely a fun episode.
No, yeah, definitely, Trajan. Definitely welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the comment zone, man. Thank you for commenting. Even though I couldn't see your name, that's all right. Aaron, of course, I know you want to hop on the show with us again, Aaron. So we'll definitely make that happen. But yeah, definitely was a good show. I love the feedback, love the comment, love the action in the comments. And every episode, keep it going, y'all. But yeah, with that, we are out, man.